she's just basically describing, unfortunately, what happens to a lot of people in show business, where everybody's trying to undercut everybody, and everybody's trying to get you cheap, and or being blackballed for whatever reason. I saw parts of it, and yeah, I mean, she just shine. I think we're now in the era where people between her and Cat Williams, they just shine the light of what goes on behind these closed doors, and
Right.
and and what you see, how you get to see what you see. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. The part of it that captured my attention the most, that actually I wanted to share, was when she said that black women have always heard black men ain't shit from their
Mm-hmm.
mothers, their grandmothers,
Mhm.
their aunts, their sisters. And she said that's all they've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have to be reprogrammed when they find a good man,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
or someone who they feel is a good man. They have to
Mm-hmm.
reprogram themselves. The men, more importantly, have to say, hey, whatever you heard back then, throw that
And
away.
rock over here.
Throw that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah.
But that's what the women who were slaves were taught.
Mm-hmm.
Your men aren't, they ain't shit.
And obviously, it was carried in on for generation to generation to generation to
Generation.
Yeah,
generation till
yeah,
now, man. Yeah.
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 Yeah, and I tell you, life is full of habits and skill sets. And if you're taught that men ain't nothing, you build that skill set just dealing with men on the basis of they ain't nothing. So you end up picking men that ain't ish. And then you
Right.
fool around and get a good man. You gotta learn a whole new set of skills. Because the
Get
way
a
you
good
talk
man,
to
you don't
that
know what
man,
to do.
you
You
gotta
don't know
talk
what
to
to do.
Yeah.
and talk to him the
Yeah.
same way. You ain't gonna
Yeah.
put up with the same kind of stuff. I mean, totally different skill set.
My my guy Michael Jai White, he made a good statement. He said a lot of women they so used to losing they don't even know when they won.
Mm. Yeah.
No.
Meaning when they get a
No.
good man, they don't even know how to treat that man. They don't even know what to do because they so used to being
No.
screwed.
Yeah.
Because that stigma is so strong. It's
Yeah.
embedded.
Mm.
But my
People
thing
just
is,
try
I
to think,
always wonder, man. And when women say that, I hear women say that, but then I look at them and I see how they carry themselves, and I'm like, well, if you kind of change your ways a little bit, because you only getting what you attract.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you treating yourself, if like for instance, social media, if you out here showing your body off, you're gonna attract a certain type
Mm.
of man.
Mm.
If you
Right.
speak in a certain way, you're gonna attract a certain
That
type of
man.
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
men, but I'm to the age, man, I'm married, but I'm to the age like, yo, when I see some of these women talking on social media, I'm like, yo, y'all sound ignorant. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo,
Who
well,
would
first of
want
all,
you?
and they got kids. Two
Mm.
things go through my mind. Who raised you and who had made a baby with you? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who laid down with you?
Yeah, who laid
Yeah.
down with you? I'm like, cause you just sound childish, ignorant. The pictures you post, I'm like, man, you my woman, you ain't posting that.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up,
What are you what are you
who
trying to
allowed you to
attract?
post that?
Mm.
Huh?
Yeah. What are you trying to attract?
Well, what are you trying to track and who you trying to track?
Yeah.
It definitely
Right.
ain't me. You know what I'm
So,
saying?
No.
it's one
Not
that
at all.
women are being told out of mindset. They're being told that they don't need a man, and
Right.
the
Yeah.
need doesn't, not as in if I have one, I ain't nothing wrong or I'm helpless without one, but when you see you need something, then you're willing to fit the requirements of what that thing requires. So if I need a car, or if I need a certain type of car, I got to meet certain requirements, certain an income. Of what if I need a house or a certain kind of house? There's some things I got to do to qualify for it. When women being told that they don't need a man, and then that really goes off into, I'm not going to learn about a man. I'm not going to learn how to talk to a man. I'm not going to learn what a man wants. So we set up this messed up area where women are allowed to have all the requirements she wants for a man, but the man's not allowed to have any requirements for the woman whatsoever. So she can put so in her mind, she can just put herself into any kind of state she wants. She can just have random children from any old dude, and she's required, and a good man's required to honestly just in her mind just take it. But good men to see that and like they'll run.
Yeah.
So,
and they keep saying chivalry is dead, but every time you try to do something, I don't need no man. I don't need no man. I can open my own door. I can get my own car. I can pay my own bills.
Today I took my wife out for lunch today, and we was walking to a car. I didn't even know the old lady was behind me, man. And I do this all the time. Anybody that know me, I do this all the time. My wife, I open up the door for her. I close the door. The lady stopped me and said, "Young man, your mama raised you right." She said, "I do not see that anymore."
Yeah.
I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, well, dang, I thought everybody do this, man. You know what I'm saying?
No. One time I was with my dad, my mom, my brother, all three of us. All three was, and then that was driving the car, and we pulled into the parking lot. We got out of the car, three men. We were walking, and we stopped for a moment, and we're like, "Where's mom?" Mom's waiting in the car.
Wait for somebody.
Three of us men, and none of us opened the door. She just sat there like,
"Oh yeah."
And you know what's a trip? You know what's a trip? My daughter's people. I ain't really recognize it till one day when we was in Florida. My daughter's peeping it because now they just stand by the door and they wait till I open.
There we go.
Which I love it. So, ladies, you talking trash about men. Remember, if you got kids, your kids watching what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you realize it or not, they watching what you're doing.
Impressionable.
Yeah.
They're taking everything in.
Yeah.
And they'll say, like, my little sister, she says, I like the way my brother treats women. With respect.
That's good. That's good. Yep.
I'm a mother. And every day of my life, I always want to make sure that I please her.
Yes.
Knowing that she raised me right.
Yes. 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 It feels good, don't it? It feels good, don't it? It feels good, don't it?
It does.
You know?
It does.
That makes me feel good when I hear when women come to my mom and tell, you know, older women come tell my mom, you know, you raise a king. That one lady told my mom, you raise the king. He treats people right. Well respect. I treat the janitor like the CEO, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You never know who you're talking to. You never know who you're talking 100%. To. We treat everybody 100%. Now. I could bring the same energy. You come with that mofo, I can come with that mofo too. You know what I'm saying? I just bring the energy you bring to me. You bring respect to me, I'm gonna bring it right back to you. But if you come at me with that mess, I'm gonna bring it right back to you.
And I know how to treat you.
I'm a Christian, but I ain't all the way there yet. I ain't all the way there. He's still doing some work.
We work at it every day. What they say? Die
we work at it every day, man. A little bit of Excalibur come out of me every blue moon, but you know, sometimes people deserve it. And some people, you know,
Well, your line of profession, that goes without saying.
Yeah. It definitely come out during that time. Definitely. Yeah.
Man, the amount of restraint you have to show. You understand? The amount of restraint you have to show if you didn't have the people in your life to guide you, to know God, and to understand, you know, that people are going to have bad days, and they should not be judged on their worst day of their life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I remember one time I had this guy, I had a DUI. Locked the guy up. I was talking to him the whole ride, taking him to jail. You know, you could tell he was upset, but I told him, like, you know, everybody make mistakes, man. You know, just make this your first and your last dealing with this. You know what I'm saying? With drinking and driving. So we get to court. The judge asked him how he plead. He said, well, Your Honor, I want to plead not guilty, but the trooper was so nice to me. You know, he wasn't, you know, mean to me the whole ride. He talked to me, he motivated me. He said, I'm going to plead guilty.
Yeah. Don't let him have to come back to court.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you tell him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't let him have to come back to court. Let's go ahead and take care of this now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people understand a mistake is an event. It's not your identity.
Exactly.
It's,
Exactly. I
just
could have
don't
been in the
continue.
same predicament as you, man. I just ain't get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Mistakes. I mean, just don't make it a habit. That's all.
Exactly. And like I said before in other episodes, that's why I came. That's why I went in law enforcement, man. I wanted to be that change, man, because